In recent years, Ferrari and Charles Leclerc have had their ups and downs, but the Formula One driver, widely regarded as the fastest over one lap, is fully committed to his future with the Italian team. Let's explore the journey of this potential champion from his early days to his current rumoured loyalty contract. Charles Leclerc's consecutive championship wins in GP3 and Formula 2 in the past made him an obvious choice for an F1 seat at Sauber in 2018. Born on October 16, 1997 in Monte Carlo, Monaco, Leclerc's journey into racing began with his first karting experience, thanks to his childhood friend Jules Bianchi. Despite being 7 years younger than Bianchi, Leclerc displayed similar racing talents and decided to pursue a career in motorsport, following in his friend's footsteps towards Formula One. In 2009, Leclerc made history by becoming the youngest ever winner of France's Cadet Karting Championship. 2 years later, Nicolas Todd, who managed Bianchi, signed Leclerc. This was a crucial turning point in his career, because without Todd's support, Leclerc and his family would have struggled to afford his racing pursuits. Leclerc continued to achieve success on the international karting stage, although he narrowly missed out on winning several major titles. In 2012, he finished as the runner-up in the European KF2 Series and the Under-18 World Championship. The following year, Max Verstappen claimed the KZ1 world title ahead of him. Nevertheless, Leclerc consistently demonstrated his racing potential and readiness to progress to racing cars. Unlike Verstappen, who moved directly into Formula 3, Leclerc took smaller steps up the ladder in his journey towards Formula 1. Then, in 2014, Charles Leclerc made his noteworthy debut in the Formula Renault Alps Championship. His competitors included George Russell and McLaren Jr. Nick De Vries, who was in his third year in the category. De Vries ultimately secured the championship title, with Leclerc managing to win twice at Monza during the season. The championship had already been decided before the final round in Jerez, Spain, where a tragic event unfolded. On that same weekend, Leclerc's childhood friend, Jules Bianchi, was racing for Marussia in the Japanese Grand Prix at Suzuka and suffered a severe head injury. Bianchi remained in a coma for 9 months and tragically passed away the following July. Despite the devastating loss of his friend, Leclerc never wavered in his determination to pursue a career in racing. Just a few days after his 17th birthday, he displayed remarkable composure by achieving a podium finish in the final race of the season. Leclerc also gained recognition with wildcard appearances in the highly competitive Euro Cup series, where he secured second-place finishes at Spa-Francorchamps and the Nürburgring. The next season was a turning point in Leclerc's career. He joined the European Formula 3 Championship, replacing Verstappen at Van Amersfoort. Among his fellow newcomers were Russell at Carlin and future F1 driver Lance Stroll, racing for Prema. Leclerc and Russell had a collision in the first race at Silverstone, and in the second race, Leclerc finished right behind Russell. However, in the weekend's final race, Leclerc secured his first F3 victory, showing promise for a championship run. His potential shone even brighter in the third race at Hockenheim, where he engaged in an exciting battle with the experienced title contender Felix Rosenqvist, ultimately emerging victorious. This elevated Leclerc to second place in the point standings, a position he maintained after the third round at Pau, despite some challenging race starts. Unfortunately, the latter part of his season took a downturn. After reaching the podium in 13 out of the first 17 races, he failed to secure a top 3 finish for the remainder of the season. A significant crash at Zandvoort following contact with Stroll, deemed a racing incident, set him back. He managed to finish 10th in the final race after repairing his car, but it was Antonio Giovinazzi who now led the championship standings. Things took a positive turn for Leclerc when Ferrari noticed his talent and brought him into their driver academy in 2016. This was a significant step, as it allowed him to improve further. He got to test in the Ferrari simulator, work on his physical and mental skills, and even had the opportunity to drive a current specification Ferrari F1 car during testing. As a result, he shifted away from competing in F3, where Prema was dominant and Stroll was the favoured contender for the championship. Leclerc moved to GP3, which meant adapting to a new type of car and Pirelli tyres that degrade quickly. However, he joined the top team ART, which had helped Esteban Ocon win the championship the year before. Leclerc mirrored Ocon's success by securing his first championship title since moving up from karting. His teammate, Alexander Albon, also put up a strong challenge. In GP3, Leclerc faced a setback when he started from 7th on the grid at Silverstone. but managed to finish second in the feature race after an impressive pass on fellow Ferrari driver, Academy member, Antonio Fuoco. However, a weekend without a win in Hungary cost him the championship lead, which shifted to Albon. During this time, Leclerc began participating in practice sessions in Formula One with Haas occasionally. While it highlighted that he was being seriously considered for a promotion, driving an F1 car during a race weekend affected his preparations for GP3. He also had test sessions with Ferrari. The tide turned back in Leclerc's favour at the Hockenheim ring, where Albon had a setback in the second race, and Leclerc performed well in both races. A dominant victory in the first race at Spa, despite pressure from Dennis towards the end, extended his lead even further and eventually won the championship. The logical next step for Leclerc was to move into Formula 2, even though winning the championship in his first attempt seemed unlikely. The series, previously known as GP2, had been using the same cars for 7 years, giving an advantage to more experienced drivers. However, joining Prima, a team that had been dominant in the championship the previous year, boosted Leclerc's chances. He not only won the championship in his debut season, becoming the first rookie to do so since Nico Hülkenberg in 2009, but he also outperformed his competitors by a significant margin. Leclerc finished the season with a 72-point lead over his closest rival. However, this doesn't fully convey his dominance. He won a race at Spa, but was disqualified due to excessive wear on a specific part of his car, similar to his title rival Oliver Rowland. Additionally, he should have started from pole position in Hungary, but his car failed a technical inspection due to a minor issue. He nearly won Monza as well, until he was taken out by Nick de Vries. It seems that Leclerc was always a casualty of bad luck and things going wrong for him, even though it's clear that he is the biggest and fastest talent of all. And because of this, and Leclerc's impressive performances during testing for Ferrari, it earned him his spot in Sauber's race team for the 2018 season. In his rookie year in Formula One, Leclerc had a successful season and established himself on the grid. He outperformed his teammate, Marcus Ericsson, by a significant margin, earning 30 more points. After the Italian Grand Prix in September, Ferrari signed Leclerc to partner with Sebastian Vettel for the 2019 season. And as they say, the rest is history. He joined a legendary team, but during a bad time, if I may say so. Ferrari struggled with concept and strategy, but once the 2022 season began, it was as if the team was resurrected. At the beginning of the 2022 season, Leclerc secured pole position, won races, and recorded the fastest laps in 2 out of the first 3 events. Although he continued to perform well in qualifying, earning 7 more pole positions while battling Verstappen for the World Championship, he struggled to reach the podium in the middle of the season. This season, Ferrari's performance fell short of expectations, leading to rumours of Charles Leclerc considering leaving the team. However, the latest report suggests that he will sign a significant and lucrative contract to stay with Ferrari. Loyalty often pays off, but in a sport where Leclerc is considered one of the fastest drivers, other teams would eagerly sign him. But his choice was probably influenced by new information regarding the car. For the 2024 Ferrari F1 car is its departure from the conventional evolutionary design approach. While Formula One teams typically make gradual improvements to their cars each year under stable regulations, Ferrari is set to take a bold and innovative leap forward. This groundbreaking shift was hinted at by several senior figures within Ferrari, and it aligns with discussions in the racing community about the necessity for significant architectural changes among Red Bull's competitors. Interestingly, Ferrari's reluctance to discuss the 2024 car in great detail has not deterred their head of chassis, Rico Cardile, from shedding light on the car's main weakness, its aerodynamic characteristics. Cardile has confirmed that the 2024 car will see substantial changes, including core design elements aimed at rectifying past architectural choices that have hampered development. This will result in a brand new chassis and rear-end design, providing greater flexibility for optimizing performance. Ferrari has consistently stressed the importance of continuing to develop the SF23, given the rule stability for the next season. Even though specific car components may not carry over to 2024, the lessons learned from in-season development will significantly inform Ferrari's decisions for the upcoming year. Cardile emphasised the significance of this ongoing process, promising further updates during the current season, despite the team's primary focus shifting towards next year's machine. Regarding Carlos Sainz's recent assessment that the car lacks consistency and suggests an intrinsic issue, Cardile offers a different perspective. He asserts that the 2023 Ferrari has begun to exhibit more predictable performance throughout a race weekend. While the car may not have achieved great success this year, the insights gained from its development may pave the way for a much stronger and competitive future. Make sure you click and watch the next video now.